Aw, heck yeah, another generic E3 video, my favorite.
Get fucked!
Alright, being totally transparent, I've written this script like 3 times now. I was originally going to show off some of my predictions, but then I realized no one really cares. And if you do care for some reason, check out my Twitter. So screw it. Let's just talk about some of the amazing-ass games and some of the boring-ass games announced during this year's E3. More like PA, am I right? As in like PEE? As in urine? No? Okay, but seriously, I was expecting EA to blow dicks like they always do, and talk about sports games non-stop. And while, in my opinion, they did spend a little too much time talking about these games that I guarantee only a quarter of the people watching are actually gonna buy, the non-sports stuff they showed actually looked really solid. A Way Out, just with its concept of forced split screen alone, looks interesting. And from some of the gameplay that we saw in the trailer, it really does look like something special. And considering how well received the developer's last game was, it's a pretty safe bet to say that this will be just as good, if not better. A real boring looking sports game later, we get to the real meat and potatoes of this conference, Star Wars. And EA pretty much started off saying, yeah, we fucked up with the last Battlefront. But guess what, guys? For once, we're actually going to try to make a good game this time. And then they dropped a bomb, announcing all the DLC for Battlefront 2 is going to be free, which honestly really shocked me. Like, EA has a soul, they're not going to charge us a shit ton of money for like 3 maps. And not only that, they reminded everyone that there's going to be a single-player story mode that will bridge the gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. And then they showed off some gameplay, and damn man, it actually looks really good. All we need now is some unfitting battle music, and it'll just be like the mid-2000s, running around Mos Eisley with my brother. But knowing EA, they're probably gonna fuck this game up somehow. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Just like EA's, I went in expecting total garbage, and exactly like EA's conference, I was actually slightly right, but they did show off some sick-ass games. It started off really weak with them revealing a console with a name worse than the Wii U, which I honestly didn't think was possible. Like, you gotta fuck up pretty bad to give a console a name worse than that. And then the few games shown after that were pretty blah, fake, and total shit. But then we got a pleasant surprise that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox One. And while I personally haven't played it, I hear nothing but good things about the game, so I'm glad console players will finally be able to have the fun some of my friends and family have been having with the game. Assuming they don't fuck it up. Some more Bleh games, a game that looks like you'd buy it for $15 on Steam and only play it for an hour and then never touch it again. Then the Game of the Year for 2018 was announced. A Dragon Ball Z competitive fighting game developed by the dudes behind Guilty Gear and the BlazBlue series. That by itself got me excited, but then it was revealed that it's also 3v3. So it's pretty much going to be the greatest fighting game ever released. And I'm not sure exactly how true this is, but the rumor is that it's going to have characters from Dragon Ball Super. This game is a beautiful masterpiece and I love it. It's not even out yet, but I love it. Before I pull myself away from sucking off this game anymore, Capcom, this is how you make a graphics. You make it look nice, you don't make it look bad. You don't make it look like trash, you make it look nice. Anyways, after that beautiful game right there, there's an MMO, I guess, that's cool. Whatever, and then
Dark Souls. Edgy in my Dark Souls. Ooh.
An edgy anime Dark Souls game. This game I'm really conflicted on. From all the footage we've seen, it looks like a fun game, but then I take a look at the developers and all I can think is, oh no. Hey, and then it's a game that kind of reminds me of that one game made by, oh no. Blah, 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 no one cares, blah. The good version of Assassin's Creed has Shrek as a bro in this game. And then bam, Destiny 2, except it's not Destiny 2, it's called Bestiny, or it's called Anthem, Anthem. And I guess it looks cool. I mean, flying around looks neat. And if the world is as big as the trailer makes it out to be, then I'll definitely be interested. But if I'm gonna be totally honest, I have a feeling this is gonna end up like The Division, where lots of people are hyped up and then the game ends up sucking big, fat dick. Bethesda really fucked it up, to put it lightly. I mean, there was nothing totally wrong with Bethesda Land. It was cute, and having Papa Brock Baker be the announcer for Bethesda Land really made that whole shtick for me. But other than that, this is really how you don't run a conference. They spent half of their 40-minute conference talking to us about stuff that we already knew about. And the last 20 minutes actually announcing 2 games. Glue Man 2 and Wolfenstein 2, which I mean, they both look great, but like they could have just been added to someone else's conference. Bethesda really didn't need to have a conference. Overall, this entire thing felt like a big waste of time. Oh, and some dickass thought it would be a good idea to bring back paid mods. Can't wait to spend $30 on an extra apple in Skyrim. Thanks, Bethesda! This was seriously one of the most boring things I have watched all year. I would have more fun sitting in an empty white void of nothing than watching this shit again. I don't think too highly of Ubisoft. Ask any of my friends and they'll tell you, any chance I get I shit on Ubisoft. So, naturally, I expected their press conference to be full of shit, some sick maymays, and maybe the only good thing shown is that South Park game. And goddamn, they actually had a pretty solid conference, with some good-ass looking games. To start things off, they showed Mario plus pieces of shit Kingdom Battle, and as much as I would love to tear into this game, judging by the look of the game director's face after Miyamoto talks about meeting him, it's pretty clear he actually put his heart into this game, and he made it the best it could be. Like, man, he actually deserves some praise. This man made a game with these stupid minion-looking fuckos, and the game actually looks semi-decent. Anyways, after that, they talk about that one trash series, I don't know. Who really cares? Some room game, but not only can you vroom as a car, but you could vroom as a plane, and a boat too. Then they finally show off some real good shit. They showed South Park 2, Broken Butt, and in my opinion it looks really good. Those 3 episodes where the boys are playing superheroes are probably some of my favorite episodes in the entire series. And if the game is anything like the last one, but with more of a shift towards haha superheroes are dumb jokes, then it'll be a damn fine game. Then we got some trippy sounding shit by the guy from Spy Kids 3. No, seriously, why the fuck did they have a character named The Guy, and why was it Elijah Wood of all people? But, yeah, it sounded interesting, but they also didn't really show any gameplay. If this was done by anyone else, I'd be 100% positive the game is going to be total garbage. But considering some of the stuff Tiger Woods over here has been a part of, I'll give him a pass on this one. Then they did something unexpected. Well, to me at least. Mr. Ubisoft was like,
You know the only good thing about modern Assassin's Creed titles? Well, we're making a game out of it.
And bam! Skull and Bones. While I'm personally not excited, I can totally see this being a pretty okay game. It would probably be better if it wasn't being made by these shittos. Then Daft and Punk from the Daft Punk comes out and dances for a little bit to promote their new movie, Dirty Dancing 2. And then they get into some real cool shit. They're like,
You know Amiibo? Fuck 'em. Amiibo 2.
And there's a sick-ass game where you're flying a spaceship, and the dude that's playing, he takes the gun off the model spaceship, and he puts another one, and the game's like, whoa, that's cool, I'm gonna copy that, and then the ship has the gun that the guy put on. And like, I would have never expected something this creative to come out of this shitty company, but they actually made something I'm excited for. I mean, I'm not really in the demographic for it, but this is so cool! Then they go to Far Cry 5, and it looks pretty okay. Like, I mean, there's a dog, so that's cool. I hope they don't fuck it up like last time. Then, for the bomb to bomb them all, no, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Now, personally, I have no experience with this series, but I've heard nothing but good things about the first one. But this is like a legend. I'd say the demand for this game was on par with Half-Life 3. The only difference between the two is this is actually a real thing now. This is something that we're going to be able to play in the near future, while the other one has just become a sat meme, let's be real. Now that alone makes this announcement special, but then this guy has to come over and make this whole announcement even better. Just the pure joy on his face to finally announce his baby is just really inspiring. In a way, it makes me want to work harder on my projects, so just like him someday, I could show the whole world something I'm totally proud of. Just overall, these 2 moments really made Ubisoft's conference for me. There wasn't any bullshit, it was just developers showing off some of the games that they've been working their asses off to make. The whole conference had heart, unlike every other Ubisoft conference before it. Good job, Ubisoft, you had a pretty great conference. And for once, you didn't show any dumbass meme. Oh god damn it! Oh man, this sure was a conference. This really was the weirdest conference this year. Usually Sony shows nothing but great ass games. This year, they showed maybe like 4 good games. While I'm totally excited for this game, I'm kinda disappointed we're getting another Uncharted spin-off. when we really didn't get the same treatment for Naughty Dog's Best Series. Then we got some DLC for Breath of the Wild, PS4 edition. Hey, is that Zelda? Whoa. Then we got fucking 7 minutes of the most generic looking zombie game I've ever seen. The same one that Sony thought that they could end the press conference with last year. And if you're saying this game doesn't look too generic, I googled generic zombie game PS4, and I shit you not, the first thing that came up was gameplay for this game. Then we were finally shown a great ass game that was totally unexpected, Monster Hunter World. And man, it's so weird seeing an HD Monster Hunter. I mean, yeah, 3 Ultimate was HD, but it was pretty much just a re-release of Try. And even better than it being HD, it's coming to PC. Beautiful. And it's gonna be an open world Monster Hunter game with drop-in multiplayer. It's just, oh, it warms my heart. It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. And after that, Sony dropped their last big bomb, a remake of Shadow of the Colossus, which is cool. I'll finally be able to see why people love this game so much. Then, we got a new trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And I know I kind of insulted Capcom a bit earlier, but I mean, really, look at this game. In terms of visuals, it's kind of all over the place. Some characters look great and others don't look good at all. Now, I am really excited for the game. From what I've played of the demo, it's fun. But goddamn, it's really lacking the polish that this game deserves. I'm still probably gonna get it day one, but goddamn Capcom, you guys really need to polish this game up if you don't want it to get overshadowed by this beautiful gem right here. Then we're back to bleh looking stuff like, oh man, World War II shooter. Probably never been done before. Oh hey, a game that's 6 years old. Square Enix Bass Fishing 2017. More generic VR gimmicks. God of Ye. Hey, a game that didn't deserve a trailer that long. Exclusive Destiny 2 content, only on PS4. Then Spider-Man. And I gotta be honest, I'm not too sure how I feel about this one. If it's anything like Spider-Man 2, it's probably gonna be a good game, but something about this whole QTE segment really rubs me the wrong way. But considering it's being made by Insomniac Games, it's safe to say it's gonna be a good game. I really wasn't digging Nintendo's Direct when it first dropped, but after an hour of thinking about everything that was revealed and shown off, I really came around. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 looks anime as hell. That new Kirby game looks so gosh darn cute. It looks like a mixture of Kirby 64 and that one cancelled Kirby game for the GameCube. I just hope it doesn't suffer the same fate as the GameCube Kirby did. Then Nintendo pulled some crazy shit. They were like,
We hear you guys. You want a mainline Pokemon game on Switch? Well, guess what, fuckos? We're making one right now. Oh, and you know Metroid? Bam! We're making not just one, but 2 Metroid games.
and then the world was at peace. Everyone found happiness. Then we also saw a pretty bland looking Yoshi game, which is kinda shocking. It looks like it's being made by the same people who made Woolly World, but Woolly World was actually fun, and this looks like an empty mess. But then again, I thought the same thing about Super Mario 3D World, and once I got a chance to finally try it out, I actually ended up enjoying it. Fire Emblem Warriors looks good, but goddamn, this trailer was bad. Like, really bad. Like, some of the voice acting was early 90s anime dub bad. I'm still probably gonna get it, but goddamn. I really hope you could change the language some of the characters speak. Stuff we already know about, and then BAM! Rocket League, on the go. Oh, guess what? You could play with Exponent PC players. If for some reason you haven't played Rocket League yet, please do yourself a favor and pick this up when it comes out. Then we got a new trailer for Mario Odyssey, and holy crap, dude. I can't believe Mario has been the hat this whole time. This poor Italian man has just been possessed for 30 years, and we've done nothing to help him. Anyways, Odyssey looks fantastic. I'm glad we're finally getting a real Mario platformer after 7 fucking years? Seriously, Nintendo? Really? Took you this long? Okay, whatever. The new capture ability looks fun as hell, and whoever thought of adding costumes to this game is a saint. As mentioned in a previous video, I am a slut for costume and customization in games. And boy, ooh, don't even get me started on that music. I don't give a fuck who you are. If this music doesn't make you smile like a doofus, then you have no soul, you probably hate having fun, and you also probably love Hitler. If Nintendo really does release it October 27th and there are no delays, then this game alone has made a great year for games into a fantastic year for games. Overall, this E3 was really weird. The conferences that are usually shit rocked and the ones that usually announce the best games were really weak. But just like every year, I'm really excited to play some of these games. Those were my opinions about E3. Give me some of yours down in the comments if you want. You don't have to. It would be nice to see what other people think. Are you interested in those boring ass sports games that we saw? Let me know. Do you think I'm an asshole for hating those boring ass sports games? Let me know.